Welcome to the Pop Culture Unboxing Podcast, where we unbox the disappointing and day-ruining news of pop culture. I'm Ryan.
I'm Matt.
And we are here to deliver you pop culture news from the out-of-touch bands and out-of-toucher corporations that give us this pop culture. Buddy, I've been up for way too long.
You have.
Yeah.
You have been up for how long? Do some quick maths.
Since 9 o'clock yesterday.
PM or AM?
AM yesterday.
It is currently 6:46 PM.
The next day. Yeah. I've been hard at work on our newest project, My Baby.
Yes. Go to youtube.com and search Sunken Ship Gaming.
Or go to the link in the description for this podcast.
I will dump one in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe and check out our videos. Right now we have up 4 episodes of our Kingdom Hearts playlist. And a little bit later, if you're listening this afternoon, Tuesday, we'll be releasing a video for Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yep, me and our special guest finally duke it out to decide who is best weeb. Zach Zach is the one I fight, and then you give some top-notch commentary to that. To the fight.
I do shoutcast most of it.
I think we found your calling.
But Ryan, we're not here to talk about YouTube, are we?
Nah, we're not.
Yep.
We're not.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about something that was near and dear to our hearts yesterday, which will be Sunday. We're recording on Monday. Ryan, what happened yesterday?
We had the Super Bowl yesterday, Matt.
We did. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I think the next 3 things are more up your alley.
They're all pretty much up my alley. We're going to be talking about the Birds of Prey movie. There actually was a teaser that came out that showed a nice little teaser trailer. It looked like more of a screen test of like the costumes and everything for all the different characters.
All right,
looks really interesting. And there's an kind of a announcement.
Well, don't spoil everything. We gotta make them wait.
Yeah,
so they have to listen to the episode to hear your thoughts on it.
I'm just saying, give them reason to want to listen to it. We're also going to talk about this new web show called Blark and Son, and it makes both of us
talk about it
really uncomfortable.
Yeah, the less I have to think about it, the better. If you feel like we have to talk about it, Ryan, we will.
Also, we're going to talk about our first impressions of the new game Anthem. They had the public demo for everyone to kind of try out, see what the game was like, but it also had a VIP demo about 3 days before that started a lot of controversy about this game already before it's even out. And
yep,
it already had controversy when it was announced, but then I had like a little quickie subject. Something cool got announced.
Don't say it like that. A quickie.
Something cool came out recently. We had a big Dragon Ball Z Fighters tournament, and an announcement came out about a new game that Bandai Namco is working on called Project Z. That's all we know so far. But they showed a trailer, and it looks really good. And I'll talk more about it when we get to that point.
Yeah. But to start off with, Ryan, did you watch? Can we say the name of it, or do we have to call it the big game? I think we actually have to call it the big game.
might get mad at us.
Yeah,
the big game.
We did watch the big game this Sunday.
What a trash!
It was something, but
I don't know if I could say it was something. That was just.
It was not much.
That was just more proof that the NFL is just full of overpaid clowns. That's all they are.
The best quarterback in the league and the best coach in the league take a mediocre team to victory once again.
Yeah. What was it? I remember. Was it 10 to 3?
13 to 3.
13 to 3. That's right. 13 to 3.
Yeah, actually, and that's only half of what we're talking about, Ryan.
Yeah.
The halftime show is probably what a lot of, if you're interested in what's going on in pop culture right now, you've probably heard Maroon 5 about a week or a couple weeks ago, actually, promised that during their halftime show, they would perform Sweet Victory from the episode of Spongebob where Squidward gets a band together for the Bubble Bowl. And it's almost a disaster, but SpongeBob manages to save it, and they play the song Sweet Victory. And what happened in the halftime show, Ryan?
Well, they showed, because it looks like they redid an opening for Sweet Victory because
They
in the
recut it,
original episode, like Squidward looked nervous, but in
Mhm.
this one he was like, "We're here to present to you the whatever it is they called their band." And
Yep.
next thing you know, they get the trumpets start going off. That's how it started out in the actual cartoon when I was a kid. But then it just cuts to, what's the guy's name? Who was it? Well,
What do you mean?
the
Adam
guy that-
Levine?
Yeah, because they didn't play Sweet Victory. They had someone else come out playing a other song.
Was that that wasn't Travie Scott, was it?
Might have been Travis Scott.
Travie.
Oh, it's Travie. I thought it was Travis Scott.
No, it's Travie.
Oh, but he played what? Sicko Mode.
Sicko Mode.
What?
Yeah. And so there was this big lead in, and then they didn't do anything with it. And Reddit is on fire right now.
Which, can I say, during the Sicko Mode song, probably about half of the performance was bleeped out because he was swearing. So, like, it was not entertaining at all for me to watch. Just this guy just up there yelling right next to fire with that. That's exactly what it sounded like. Nothing. No noise.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
I couldn't believe it.
The game, on the other hand, you couldn't really call it a disaster because nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing really did happen.
If you really liked
we
watching
pay
defense,
those players millions of dollars.
Well, I don't.
Well, I'm just saying they get paid millions of dollars to do worse than what a Pee Wee football team can do.
That's not really fair to them because
it is.
they're both really good teams. The problem was these are both good quarterbacks throwing against even better defense, so they couldn't get down the field to get points.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Patriots, if the Patriots can't claw their way down a field, you know your defense is doing something right. So the Patriots only managed to get one field goal in the first half, and then they somehow got that touchdown out of there only because Gronkowski and what's his name? The guy that always catches Brady's throws.
I know nothing about the Patriots. I don't know any of their names.
Edelman. Gronk and Edelman carried that game. Those guys made the catches where they needed to get the ball down the field to get the Patriots a touchdown. What really annoyed me in that game was that touchdown happened pretty late into the third quarter or the fourth quarter, and it was early enough in it, like it was at that right spot where the Rams had several chances to bring it back.
Yeah,
and they just threw it all away. The Patriots
because
get
their
another
quarterback just kept throwing the ball at the ground.
Yep.
Every time he threw the ball, it went right. Went in the ground, right in front of the receiver. It never never made contact.
It's because the Patriots defense picked their game up. Belichick was really frustrated. You could see him at the beginning of the game. He was having a lot of trouble with the Rams defense, but he figured them out.
Yeah. Well, let's be fair though. He never looks happy. He's always very upset.
And then toward the end of the game, they get that touchdown, which combined with the earlier field goal gets them to 10 points.
Yeah.
Which the Rams could tie with and go and put it to overtime. But the Patriots get far enough up the field after the Rams aren't able to do anything to be able to get another field goal to bring it up to 13. And now the Rams only have, I think, a minute left at that point.
Yeah.
And there's nothing they can do. And so they still try to go, and they try to go for a field goal.
There's also that situation where they were trying to get the clock reset because there was a foul. I think it was a foul against the Rams that they accepted but wanted it declined because it would have took the time down to 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But it ended up resetting the clock to like 2:35, I think. But I remember there was a solid period where people were talking about. I could have that. Mixed up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the double Patriots penalty.
Yeah,
where it was I believe it was holding on one player, and
because it
was like illegal formation or illegal helmet grab or something like that on another player.
Well, yeah, because they showed one of the footage of the face mask. The guy had pretty much a hold.
Yeah,
it was Patriots offense had a hold of.
And I can't remember if it was that player or a different one, but they had both penalties come up.
Yeah.
Now, what the Rams ended up doing was they declined the first one and accepted the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the casters didn't seem to be on board with it, but I really liked it because it did both of what they needed to do. It gave the Patriots a 10-yard penalty, and it put them on the second down.
Yeah.
Whereas if they had gotten the one penalty, what they would have wanted to do was refuse the penalty.
Well, the announcers were talking a lot about the clock and everything with
That's
it
the
too.
other thing.
And Belichick, he looked super pissed.
He was talking to an official for a while.
You could even see he was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, he didn't even know. And that's what all of us that were watching the game were just like, what happened? Like, what?
And I mean, what's his name? What's the coach's?
The Rams coach?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I keep thinking Goff, but that's the quarterback. But
It
I mean,
is
he tried his best. But you know what?
Sean.
I was gonna say McVay. I wasn't. I had
Sean
D in my
McVay.
head for some reason. Youngest coach to ever make it to the Super Bowl at 33, compared to Bill Belichick, the oldest coach to go to and win a Super Bowl at, I want to say, 66.
Yeah.
And McVay tried his best, but the Patriots are just they're more seasoned and they're more of a team. As much as we're from Pittsburgh, obviously we don't like the Patriots, but you can't deny that Brady is the best quarterback of all time, and Belichick is the best coach of all time. And so it was just two phenomenal teams in gridlock, essentially.
So is it true Brady, did he actually retire, or was that
Nope.
more of a joke?
He's sticking strong to the claim that he will play till he's 45.
Huh.
Which means he's got another 4 years of football
left. He made the
left.
joke that he was going to retire if he won the Super Bowl. I just didn't know, but there was a lot of confusion on not if it was a joke or not.
To be fair, it's kind of rare that you do what what's his name did, Peyton Manning, retiring at the Super Bowl, because there's a lot of emotion and stuff like that winning it, and you don't want to say that there because you don't want to make an announcement like that. So it's possible in the next coming weeks we'll see Brady retire, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I didn't know. I can't remember who I don't remember who I was talking to about it. They said that they thought he was going to retire and they were happy about it because obviously, we're Pittsburgh, we don't like the Patriots.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though, I'm technically a Patriots fan. I swore off football. I was done 2 years ago. I quit football. I quit watching it. I just lost my interest in it. And but when I did like football, I was a Patriots fan. So
I didn't know that about you, Ryan.
yeah. So
I'll try not to hold it against you.
That's okay. Everyone has said that to me before. But yeah, and when I heard that he was going to retire, it's kind of like, well, that kind of sucks because it makes sense that it sucks, but it makes sense because he's been pretty much on that team since I can remember. I think pretty much when I was in even when I started high school, he was the quarterback of the Patriots.
Yeah,
so he's been there for a very long time. That's why
he's 41.
Yeah, so I give him credit if he stays. Like, good for him. I don't know how.
Good luck, but he is a glass cannon. If he takes a bad hit on a sack, that's it. He's done.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But
the dude he's just fine. He's gonna go into coaching.
Yeah,
and
he's gonna have a good life ahead of him. Well, he already had a good life ahead of him, but
he's the best quarterback of all time by every metric.
Wonder if he'll join coach on ESPN, be like one of the announcers.
Maybe. Well, it remains to be seen.
I would love to see that,
but I'm sure Belichick will find someone else, and Patriots will just keep on tearing their way through.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough about football. Ryan,
hey,
tell me about this not Harley Quinn movie.
The not Harley Quinn movie. It was fun. Yeah, so we got the announcement. I mean, it was a while back. They had said they were going to do a spin-off movie for the Birds of Prey. For those who don't know, the Birds of Prey are these three women from the DC universe. They join together to basically become heroes. It's membership with Harley Quinn, Black Canary, which is one of my favorite characters from the DC universe, and the Huntress. But sometimes it switches out between Huntress or Poison Ivy, but it looks like for this movie they're going to go with Huntress. But this movie has like a new title, and apparently it's going to be. This is still in work. I have not heard anyone confirm this is the actual real title they want to go with. But the movie is called Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
So Birds of Prey and in parentheses, and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn?
Yep, of one Harley Quinn. So
that's an interesting title.
It's kind of like Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
Or something?
No, I don't think so. FEAFOHQ. No, that wouldn't have been.
I guess we'll see.
Basically, they did this. What it is basically like what most films do, like they did for the new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. It's a screen test just to see what the characters look like, what the actors look like. Are they going to fit that role? Everyone looks good. I'm really excited to have Black Canary be in the.
Who's playing them? Do they have that yet?
Yeah. So for obviously Harley Quinn, we have Margot Robbie. For Diana Lance or Black Canary is going to be Journey Smollett-Bell.
I don't know who that is.
And then for Huntress, it's going to be Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see her getting more big roles.
Yeah. So what's really exciting is we also have announced of Black Mask. Now, if you don't know who Black Mask is, I don't think you know. So, yeah, Black Mask is basically a crime boss. He's pretty much like a kingpin among Gotham City. He rules the crime.
Okay.
All that. What's special about him is what they call him Black Mask is he wears
a black mask?
Yeah, well, it's he wears a black skull mask, and his head looks like he's just a black skull. In some comics, that gets like warped to his face, and it's stuck there.
Like some Doctor Doom stuff.
Yeah. So I don't. By
the way, I want to step back just real quick, in case you guys don't know who Mary Elizabeth Winstead is, which you should. You would, Ryan. I think you'd know her best from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but she was also phenomenal in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't seen either of those movies, you should. But she is a.
I forgot she was in Live Free, Die Hard as well.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah, she played McClane's daughter.
I thought it was his son in that one.
No, that's the next one after that was his son.
That's Justin Long, isn't it?
Yeah, I think no. Justin Long was just this like cyborg geek that was in Live Free, Die Hard. Yeah, because he ends up with McClane's daughter.
Oh, I mean, that's not a bad deal.
Which is definitely one of my favorite scenes in any movie that's been memorable in that one, where because McClane shoots himself to kill the bad guy. Great movie. But anyway, as I was going to try to say is like what's cool about Black Mask is that's a really interesting character to try to bring on screen.
How so?
Because it's too easy for people to play him as just like that typical crime boss. Like, Black Mask is not really that big of a deal. If anything, he's just always paranoid, and you can like. There's so many like
you got to have
so
twist
many other
like they did with Fisk in Daredevil.
Yeah,
where it was kind of his obsession with this woman.
Yeah,
and that he has this moral code, but he is he's a monster.
I think what they're going to do with this is going to be the Black Mask, and then we're trying to hunt down this little girl, which the Birds of Prey will be trying to protect.
Now. Ryan.
Yes.
I'd like you to give us the most important detail here. Who is playing Black Mask?
So I say his name wrong, apparently, but Ewan McGregor is going to.
That's how you say it.
Well, I always call him Ewan, or now that I know.
It's Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor is how you say it, but I used to say it differently. But now apparently my mind won't let me say it the
I don't know
way.
how. Yeah, you said it to me. I might have been the one that corrected
you're
you.
the one that corrected me on it, but
I can't even remember how you said it.
Yeah. It literally, I said it the way it looked because it's EWAN.
Yeah.
Ian. Oh, I said Ian McGregor.
Okay.
That's what I said. Anyway, but he's playing Black Mask. I think that's going to be cool. I'm excited to see that. Why this movie is also kind of interesting.
What has he really done since Star Wars? Oh, The Island.
Yeah. So he also he played.
Was that before?
That was after episode.
When was The Island? That was.
That was in between episode 2 and 3.
Okay, yeah.
Because I remember watching it as a kid, or seeing
I think it was between episode 1 and 2.
It might have been 2. I think
it was 2000. It was either 2002 or 2004, which means one of us is right.
Yeah, but this is kind of cool. I'm really excited to see him in something I love.
Yeah.
This is where the drama between this movie is getting really heated, right? So the state of the DCEU right now is just something. We did just get confirmed that the guy that was playing Batman, you know who I'm talking about. I wish I could think of his name.
Why can't I think of it? Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. He is stepping down. Like that's being pretty much confirmed.
The best headline I saw was it said Ben Affleck fulfills lifelong dream of no longer playing Batman.
Yeah, which is sad because he was my favorite.
Apparently, like everyone who plays Batman complains about it.
Well, yeah, because Batman is a really hard role to play.
Yeah.
It's a really, really bad role.
It's one of those ones that I think someone like Christian Bale is good at because he gets so into the roles.
Yeah.
But like I think Adam West complained about it, and so did
Adam West complained about it because it wasn't because it was more of a joke show.
Yeah.
Because
so did Michael Keaton, and he was in the good Batman movies, wasn't he?
Yeah, Michael Keaton was in the good Batman movies, but his problem was that it was the same thing that they made a joke with in the Dark Knight trilogy. he couldn't turn his head. It was literally this rubber suit that zipped in the back, and it was constricting on Keaton.
No thanks.
But back to like what this is like. The reason this movie is such a big deal. So this movie actually takes place with Harley Quinn breaking up with the Joker.
Okay.
Back in the current DCEU, with what we know right now, they are madly in love, and they don't have the relationship that Harley Quinn and Joker have in the normal comics, where the Joker is an abusive boyfriend.
Yeah.
For some reason, they broke up now, even though they look like they were madly in love. I'm actually happy that that's happening. The problem with this is this movie, the state of the DCEU is such a confusion right now. This is like, people are stating that this is not a part of the DCEU, but it is a part of the DCEU. That is what it is. It's the same characters, but they're changing the DCEU. So basically,
I wonder if James Gunn had anything to do with it.
Definitely. Because he is going to be part of Suicide Squad 2, because Suicide Squad 2 is no longer Suicide Squad 2. It's a revamp. It's not going to have all the characters from... So basically, James Gunn is taking Suicide... He said he's going to take Suicide Squad, get rid of the cast, put a whole new characters. And because Suicide Squad is not stuck with Harley Quinn and all them.
Okay.
That's just what you know now, but they've had different characters throughout the
I wonder if
years.
James Gunn picked a lot. I think he worked really closely with Kevin Feige, so I bet he picked up a lot of the world building and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely. I guarantee it.
I hope he does a lot with it. Because who's heading it right now? The DCU. Is it Joss Whedon still?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is what I'm hopeful now, because it seems like Warner Brothers is now like, okay, we've seen what happens when we let a director take over Aquaman, and it was phenomenal. It was a great movie. Everyone loved it. You didn't see it yet, right?
No, but I also heard
we're going to, because you'll love it. Okay. It's really good.
My dad was actually raving about it.
Yeah, I love it. The fact that they're learning now might mean we're going to get good films. The new trailer for Shazam, I don't know if you saw yet, is just so much better than the original trailer.
I think I did. It shows his villain or something like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it shows the villain more. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
That movie looks like
it's
going to be so
DCEU,
good.
is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
It is. It's a part of the DCEU.
Oh. Wait, DC... What
Extended Universe.
Extended... But does that include like comics, or is that the same thing as the MCU?
It's the same thing as the MCU. They just can't call it like the DC Cinematic Universe.
What?
Because Cinematic Universe is technically copyrighted by, or is trademarked by Marvel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why. And I guess someone along the line or Warner Brothers calls it the DCEU. I'll confirm the trademark thing. But the DCEU is what Warner Brothers is always.
That one is going to become I believe the term is a generalized trademark. Mm-hmm. When something like tissue paper or facial tissues, everyone calls them Kleenex, but Kleenex is a brand name, and it happened before. I think trampoline is one of them, where it used to be a copyrighted name, but because everyone used it to describe that kind of product, it became the name for that product. I bet Cinematic Universe is really close to being that already, because everyone uses the term.
Yeah. So there's Cinematic Universe, which is used to describe the Marvel films. Okay. It's pretty much like as you just said, it's like trampoline. Like that's what it's becoming, a trademark. So now what's free to use is shared universe or extended universe.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this movie. I can't wait to really I can't really wait to see this.
I'll probably see
There's going to be a lot of.
What year is it?
2020.
Did they have a month, or is it just
right now? It just has a year.
What stage is it in?
So if they are currently filming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they finished. Well, that's what that.
Oh, that makes sense.
The trailer they showed was not a trailer, or it was. They call it a teaser trailer, but all it is it's checking the characters.
That's probably early 2020 then. If they're filming now,
yes,
a couple months of post production and then marketing.
Yeah, because right now all it says is 2020.
Yeah,
and it's directed by Kathy Yan. Who is this? What did she make? Dinosaur. Oh, she hasn't really directed a lot of stuff. She's a new director. Cool.
Well, that's cool. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm always wanting to see new directors.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
But yeah, I don't want to touch on this next one for very long, Ryan.
I don't either.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, there's a show called.
Fun fact: Band-Aid, also another dangerously close to being generalized trademark.
Really?
Yep. Because I'm wearing one right now.
They're called Band-Aids.
No, they're not. Band-Aid is a brand name. They're called like elastic bandages or something like that. But everyone calls them Band-Aids. So Band-Aid is really close to becoming a.
Holy crap!
They're going to lose their trademark because it became the common name for it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
A lot of drugs are the same. I think acetaminophen, even heroin. I think, like, Advil was close to it. Yeah, there's a lot of. If you look it up on, there's a Wikipedia article on it. Maybe I'll link it in the
we can
in the show notes. But yeah, it's actually really cool. Look into it.
The show that I was going to try to talk about is called Blark and Son.
Can you spell that? Because I when you said it, I couldn't.
BLARK and Son SON.
Yeah.
So, boy, is this a nightmare of a show. It's a web series. From my understanding, it's a web series. I haven't seen it. Like it airs on Comedy Central's website. Like they don't have a section where it airs.
Yeah.
Really creepy puppets.
It looks just like that one show from Nickelodeon.
Which one? The burger one?
Yep.
It's super uncomfortable to watch, but I
mean, look it up, I guess.
I highly recommend that at least you see one of the episodes just to see what we're talking about. But
it's cursed videos.
I've watched enough of it though that I'm actually starting to like get used to it and enjoy it.
Ryan,
but
don't.
Yeah,
don't do that to yourself.
Yeah,
now you're gonna start thinking normal people look weird.
I mean, I don't do
Ryan,
that now.
Ryan.
Anyway, but yeah, so
you're
that's
going down a dangerous road, Ryan.
That's
don't
a cool.
go.
It's a cool
Ryan,
little show.
don't go.
I think you should watch.
Ryan,
I'm gonna jump to the next topic.
Go for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Matt and I, we might be able to air it. I don't know, but we had had recorded a session for our YouTube channel, but we got to play the Anthem demo. Now I got to play the VIP demo before everybody else because I paid for the game already. But the VIP demo had had so many nightmares going on.
I mean, at this point, if you know about it, you've heard about it. But
yeah, if you've been following it, you know. But basically, I'll go a quick rundown. Unlimited load times where you just couldn't load. You have to just quit the game and go back into it. Start the whole game over. But a little bit of textures popping in and out. It was really weird. But the
terribly optimized.
Yeah. But the demo that we played was the public demo. That one was good. There was nothing
pretty smooth. I think I saw a couple I saw some stutters here and there.
Yeah. Well, I think that's more or less because it was on PlayStation and it's not
maybe
PC. But it's a really fun game.
Demo.
Yeah. So
not a demo. It's a test. It's a stress test.
Yeah.
But it looked like fun. I should have taken the controller and played some myself.
Yeah, my impressions of the game have been good. I actually am kind of excited to play it. Because it's kind of magical how much just flying around in a metal suit, like a suit of armor, can feel. Like when you're just sitting there with a controller in hand, it's like how can you make me feel the weight of these things flying, and how do you make me feel like I'm actually in it? It does a really good job because not only just from seeing when your thrusters go off, when you start going forward, and like how the controller shakes, you really feel the weight of these suits.
Yeah. But
after that, it's still too much. There's not enough for me to say this game's completely good or not. I think it's just too early for me to say like if this game is good or not, because when you're not flying around a suit, then it's just back to the normal, like running around, shooting random things.
I didn't play the demos. All I did was sit there for the 40 minutes we played it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looked flashy, but beyond that, it's like, it looks like a lot of fun to fly the suit, but that doesn't last forever.
Exactly.
There's got to be more meat to it.
That's what I mean.
There's so much stuff in that game. I saw it looked like Monster Hunter. The hub in there was definitely the tower from Destiny. Like, there's so much I see there that I see in other games that I'm really worried about this game just having no substance to it.
And that's the thing. Like, it could have a good story because it is written by BioWare. Definitely, they're really good at telling stories, especially in stuff like this. But the problem is, a story can take you so far. And that's coming from me, a guy who doesn't play multiplayer games very often. Story can only take you so far. Like, I can enjoy getting to the story, the end of the story, but if I'm having trouble, if it's just like the same old thing over and over again to get to that next part of the story, I'm going to lose interest.
Yep.
That's why I think I canceled my pre-order. I did cancel it.
Oh, did you?
I canceled the pre-order because I want to go follow basically how you and Zach are doing it. Just waiting to see what
Yeah.
people think when this game comes out. Then I'll play it.
Because didn't Fallout 76 do the same thing? Looked really promising.
No,
What do we know about that?
Everyone already pretty much thought Fallout
No.
76 was going to be a problem. It's just
Anthem's a lot more divisive. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like everyone either thinks it's going to be phenomenal or thinks it's going to tank.
That is pretty much where everyone is saying it's either going to be a really crappy game or it's going to be
I'm actually in the
fantastic
middle.
game.
I think it's going to not really make much of a splash. Everyone's going to think of Destiny 1 vanilla and move on to Destiny 2 now because it's so much better
Yeah.
than Destiny. It's a weird way to phrase it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if people
Destiny
are going to go
2
to Destiny 2 for
right
this.
now is better than Destiny 1 was when it came out.
Uh-huh.
And if Anthem ends up in that spot, they're going to fail because they're competing with Destiny 2, Warframe, and now the Division 2.
I really believe, though, that I think that BioWare knows what they're doing. I like to believe they think they know what they're doing. But I could be
Andromeda
wrong.
didn't do great, did it?
No, of course not. Andromeda did terrible, but
That's
that
the
was
problem.
because they did not focus on that game as much as they should have with like
Do
animation.
you think they were working on Anthem instead?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, they pulled their people from. I do remember there's something like I guess EA had pulled BioWare people to work on something else.
I bet it was Anthem.
I think it was the Star Wars game that got canceled.
Oh, really?
I think I don't know
Because that's the problem with it. That's the big thing that Anthem is going to have to fight through is having the names of both BioWare and EA, whose most recent games were Battlefront 2 and...
Which I can say already has a bad taste in my mouth when the first loading screen says that all the vanity items can be bought with 20 coins, which you don't know how much that is. Of course, I did one mission and I got 80 coins. So
I saw
I
another
don't know.
currency under that. What was the purple thing under there? They were like something shards.
I don't know what that is.
I bet that's the paid currency.
Probably.
And that the coins are the stuff that you get from playing the game. Or they'll just be idiots and you can buy both of them. And it becomes pay to win.
I guarantee you can. Well, there is no. So they did say you're not going to be able to buy items that make you better at the game.
Everyone says that, though.
It's only cosmetics. Well, so did Bungie said that, and Bungie stuck true to it. They said that they were going to do cosmetics.
But who was it that really stepped back on that? Was it Fallout?
I don't know.
That said it was going to be just cosmetics, and then almost immediately it was like weapons and stuff like that. Like you could get better weapons.
Oh, that was that's Blackout.
That
Or
was
Battle,
what it was.
Or
Yep. Black Ops. did.
Black Ops. Yeah, that's what it is. Black Ops. Yeah,
God, that game.
but that's the thing.
That's a tangent.
The way they worded it was better because it only affected the multiplayer. It didn't affect the battle royale, which is why I was like, I guess they kind of told the truth, but they didn't. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
They
wanted
was
to eat
just
their
really,
cake and have it
was
too.
good wording, is what it was. Is how they tricked everyone. But
I think we only got one more topic to cover here.
Yeah. This I don't know if
I don't know what you didn't even tell me much about this, other than it's something that's coming.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a big deal too because we recently had like one of the biggest it was the first one and the biggest fighting tournament for Dragon Ball Fighters, and an American came in 8th place. That's
Out of what?
I think there were 100 combatants.
Oh wow.
I think.
Then that's
or
way
no,
more impressive.
It might have been 30. I'll look again to make sure and send links to it. But the guy Sonic Fox, he actually came in 8th place, which doesn't sound that big of a deal, but it really is kind of for a game like this.
Yeah.
It really is since he was either the only one or there were only 2 Americans in the whole thing, and it was all North Korean, Japanese.
Where did it take place?
It took place in California, I think.
Wow. I wonder how many of them are in the Overwatch League.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. But anyway, that's not the important part. That's how they announced the new characters that were going to be for the game. But they also announced a new project. So Bandai Namco, who makes the games, these Dragon Ball games, they announced that they're working on a Dragon Ball RPG. It looks like, and they showed a trailer. What it looks like is, if you remember, I don't know if you ever had it as a kid. You had a Game Boy as a kid, right? Did
Nope.
you play?
I started with DS Lite.
Oh, never mind. So when I was a kid, I had a Game Boy and there was one game on it called Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku, which was the story of this character called Goku from Dragon Ball, the main character, his adventure from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, the show, all the way up to the Frieza saga where he became the first Super Saiyan. This looks like it is a RPG just like that one was, but it's 3-dimensional.
Okay.
And it basically looks like the game I've been waiting for. It's a Dragon Ball game where it's 3D and I get to walk around and I get to go to all the places and stuff like that and level up.
That'll be cool.
I'm excited for it, but it's right now we don't have a name for it. It's just called Project Z.
So will the final boss be Superman?
Don't put that. Don't bring that evil into this podcast.
Well, speaking of bringing evil into the podcast, Ryan,
What?
I think it's going to about wrap up our show, which is the most evil thing you can do. But fear not, we'll be around next week.
Thank you for listening into. I think this is our third episode of this podcast.
Third episode of Pop Culture Unboxing.
Yeah, check us out if you want to see more content from us. You can listen to any of our old episodes, or you could check out our YouTube channel at Sunken Ship Gaming.
Mm-hmm. We'll put a link in the show notes.
Currently, we are in the middle of doing a playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 3, and also we just played Fighters. We just played
later this
afternoon.
This will be going up
Tuesday.
in the morning Tuesday, and then Fighters is coming out later that day, and then later in the week look forward to other more Kingdom Hearts and
Super Smash Brothers tournament. So
yep.
Check that out. If you want to see some really funny gameplay of watching these guys try to beat me at Fighters,
and then him try to beat us at Smash.
Yep.
It was fun.
It's definitely reasons why I want to die. But
yeah, guys, go and also check out our website www.popcultureunboxing.com. Find all our old episodes there.
Yeah, you can find our photos too.
That too.
A little bit of what we look like.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.